Hey guys, I'm back from the Kansas City Reptile Show for April, or I'm sorry, it's May, for May. This is the one where Casey Tarantulas and I live streamed a little bit, and that was really fun. Well, I have a lot that I brought back with me, so we'll start going through them. I've got to rehouse most of these, and there are some other things that I want to talk about that I'm trying to get going with my collection, so we'll cover that too. So this might be a little bit of a long video since I have to rehouse all of these, and it's actually more than it looks like, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm going to start with the simple stuff. Got some really great lengths of cork bark here, very large. Probably just going to break these apart and stick them in new enclosures. A really great deal on them, and I always run out, so there's that. As usual, I just got myself a bunch of crickets and mealworms for this week and the foreseeable future feedings. Next, I went ahead and purchased a 70 count of extra large dubia. It's 50-50 male-female ratio. They are not quite full grown yet, but almost there. In fact, this white one here that just molted might be full grown. And I'm starting my dubia colony with these. I have the materials all ready to create the enclosure, so I'm doing that tonight, and I'll include that in here. Then I also got some young red runners. I'm going to do the same thing with these and start a new colony. I'm just so tired of crickets. These here are just until I can't exactly feed my tarantulas the colony starters, so that's what these are for. Just got to deal with them for now and until I, have the dubias and the red runners set up. So we'll do those first. I pretty much cleared out the egg cartons from the guys at the Reptile Show, so I'll go ahead and set those up now, and I'll actually link you guys to the tutorial that I'm using to set them up. So. Okay, moving on to the tarantulas that I got at this reptile show. First one here is a Bumbacabocla. I already have a smaller sling, but the price for this one was just too good to pass up, so got a second one. It's going to stay in this cup for at least the next molt, because it's fine in here. One more molt and then I'll move it out. Okay, next. Acquisition number 2 is this little Davis Pentaloris. Right in there. I already have one of these, but I decided to get another one because my other one it just hooked out. so I want another chance at a female. Going to just be moving that one into this cup. A little bit more burrow space and just some fresh substrate. So perfect. Next. This next one is probably one of my most interesting acquisitions. This is a spiderling of the, make sure I pronounce this right, probably won't, Sparrobothria hoffmanni. It's a horned species from, I'm not sure where it's from, but it's a horned species, so old world. And I'm definitely going to rehouse this one. This is a little too shallow for this. While I do that, it's a little annoying. The person I bought this from, I've bought from them before, quite a few times, and I trust them. However, I was told after I purchased this tarantula by somebody else that it was a male. Now, it was not labeled as a male. It was labeled as unsexed. That's kind of misleading to me, and I was certainly not happy after the fact when I learned this, because basically it's not like I was ripped off. You know, the money is the same I would have spent on an unsexed versus a young male, but there's a difference, because if I'd known it was a male, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So the sex of it was more or less concealed so that I would think that there was a 50-50 shot of this being a female. So that's kind of sucky to me. I certainly am not happy about it. I'll obviously take care of this one and raise it. Look for a female when I can, but don't do that. It's really sucky, and it's really, really not a good business practice, because now I can't really trust that person's word. So it's going to be really hard to buy a lot from them anymore. But going to be a pretty spider, I guess, despite the male thing. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I doubted myself while I was setting up the enclosure, and so I went to look. This is not an Old World species. The S. hoffmanni is New World. I think what caught me off guard is the horn. I just assumed Old World baboon because of the horn. But, come on, buddy. Good job. Okay. All good for this one. Next. Okay, this one is a Cochiana brunipes. I did have one of this one, sackmates actually, and it unfortunately died, so I'm trying again with another specimen, see if I can raise this one up. So obviously this is a good sized cup, a little big, but I'm not going to bother rehousing. Just want to get you guys a look at it. That tiny little thing. Alright. This one might be quite difficult to see. The next addition is a little sling Semapoias cambridgei. Yet another one that I'm just kind of trying to regrow again. I have a mature male, and so I'm trying again for a female. See what happens. I'll leave this one in this cup for a while. It's good size. So, next. Okay, this one we probably won't get to see, but it's another one that I'm trying again with. Didn't have luck with the last sling I bought. This is a Tarantulas violaceus. And yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to see it right now, but I'm going to leave it in this container, at least for a bit. Maybe we'll get a look at it next feeding day. Next is a sexed female Semapoias pulcher. Finally, all of the others I've raised so far have been sexed out as males, or have matured out, actually. I do have one other one about this size, but I haven't been able to sex it yet. But at least now I have a confirmed female. I think I'm going to leave it in this cup for now. It's doing pretty good in here. But one more molt and I'll move it out. So yeah. Great price for her too. Pretty happy. Favorite species, so it's nice to have finally have a sex female in the collection. Here is another tiny one. This is a Heteroscodra immaculata. This one was given to me free because a friend had heard that the two that I'd bought last year turned out to be escals, even though they'd been sold and labeled. Not that the person who sold them didn't know. They weren't the breeders, but yeah, it turns out that the H-Macs I bought last year, both escals. So now I have an H-Mac in my collection. So I'm gonna leave it in here for at least one more molt. It's a pretty good cup for it. Yep. Only a few more. Okay, this one's pretty darn cute. I bought a 10 lot of Semopoeus armenius siblings. So there are 10 little babies in here. One over here being a little lonely black sheep of the family, I guess. But there they are. I actually need to separate them this week. There's one on the lid. Need to separate them this week or else they'll start eating each other. So that'll be a fun video, getting them all into their own little cups. Oh, they're so cute. Yep, so couldn't help myself. Little babies. Alright, next. Okay, so probably the coolest new acquisition from the show is this adult female Tarantulas lugardi. She's about 3.5 inches big. I have never owned this one before, but I'm glad to have found a sexed female. She's really pretty. She needs to put on a little bit of weight, but not badly. So let me go ahead and show you the enclosure I'm going to put her in. Okay, this is what she's going to go into. It's not ideal for what I would like. It's probably good for her for now. It's got burrow depth, but it's circular. She's big enough to go into one of those nice custom model containers, but I haven't had time to go make any more, so this will have to do for now. But I like it. I think she'll be fine in this at least for a little while. So let's go ahead and get her into a cup and moved in. Oh wow, already. You gonna be ornery? You sure are. I already got her trying to bite the paintbrush. Alright, hon. There you go. That a girl. Oh, don't go back. Don't go back in. Don't go back in. Ah. Come on, sweetie. Back into the other cup. Come on, sweetie. Sorry, you guys probably can't see anything. There she comes. You stay there. Sorry guys, this is an awful angle to be doing this at. Good enough. Alright, there she is in this cup. Right there. And she actually did not try to bite the paintbrush. She was just kind of baring her fangs at it. She was actually very well behaved. Okay, let's try and get her into this burrow that I made for her. Alright, sweetheart, come on. I promise you're going to like this new home. Go on. There you go. Go on. I'm actually very impressed with how laid back so far she is for a Tarantulas. There you go. Into the hole. There you go. What a good girl. Awesome. That went very well. Let's see if we can get a look at her. Kinda. I'm going to go ahead and not bug her enough to get a picture, but that rehouse went very well. Very happy with her. She's a great little girl. And we'll put her on the rehouse list for one of the nice new customized enclosures. So, okay. Well, that's all the tarantulas I got. That was 20. 10 of them were Armenia babies, but pretty good haul all around. I'm very happy with it. So I think that brings me up to 160 or so. And the next video I'm going to do is a rehouse, or I'm sorry, no, it's a collection tour. I'm going to try and get a look at every single spider in my collection. It might not happen, but we'll see. I will do my best. So yeah, thank you guys.